Deputy Commissioner of Police Kwesi Ofori has bowed out of the Ghana Police Service after 35 years of service. He retired on July 20th, 2020 on attaining the mandatory retirement age of 60. Unlike many, Kwesi Ofori joined the police service from the rank of constable, rose through the ranks to the level of Deputy Commissioner of Police, one level short of reaching the penultimate rank of Commissioner of Police, apart from the position of the Inspector General of Police. He bows out as the Director General of the Police Public Affairs Directorate. He came through the office of Graphic Online to show appreciation for all the support Graphic gave him through his period of service. We therefore caught him, or arrested him journalistically, to discuss a few issues, especially the management of street protest, or commonly referred to as demonstrations in the country. Kwesi, you are welcome to the office of Graphic Online. We are happy to interact with you. Immediately, we want to find out the police engagement and your personal experiences during the recent 2 days demonstration by the Arise Ghana Group.
Managing demonstration and public order issues are very dear to the Ghana Police Service. And at all times, the police sticks to the dictates of the public order law. And by that, we make sure that will be demonstrators submit a letter, define the rules that they will use, estimated number of people that might be involved, and those are the realm of affairs in terms of leadership. And the public order law states, among other things, that leaders of a demonstration also have a responsibility, to ensure that things goes on well. So when a letter is submitted and discussions held, between the police and the would-be demonstrators, some kind of agreement is reached, for orderly behavior, and police knowing the route they deploy, along those routes to ensure an incident-free event. And when you look at it critically, demonstrators goes through communities, and as far as we are concerned, protecting the demonstrators, we also try as much as possible to protect the communities that they go through. Therefore, demonstrators have a big responsibility in terms of seeking to good behavior. And looking at the yesteryears, all that we've been doing is to ensure, as part of our democratic policing norms, to ensure that we protect them and give them that support, institutional support. And I believe that things have so far been good. But narrowing it to the last 2 or 3 days were a lot of discussions. A lot of discussion went on regarding the safety of those to demonstrate and the safety of the communities that they will be going through, and also make sure that they keep to the dictates of the public order law. So a lot of discussions at the regional, national levels. And you might have noticed that the Inspector General of Police, during his address to over 2,000 personnel gathered at the National Police Training School, charged policemen to ensure that they uphold the tenets of human rights, make sure that they go by the public order law, make sure that they do not do anything that may mar the safety of people involved in the demonstration. And he also reminded us of our democratic path that we're charting, in this pluralistic sort of society, in terms of governance, in terms of whatever. So the policemen were properly briefed, and the command and control was also at work. So they went there, as usual. But when things went bad, the police has a responsibility. And in the ruling of the High Court, among other things, stated that they should avoid picketing or demonstrating at the seat of government, and that they should stick to the traditional routes. By the traditional route, one is they will gather or assemble at Brasport at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, move onto the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, getting to Fari School, they will turn left to the Accra Technical University near the TUC, and they will use that lane in front of the Accra Technical University to Kimbu GSS, which is known to all Kimbu GSS. From there to the Yoko onto the Atamels High Street. From now to go, we should all be interested in the security aspect of demonstration. Leaders of will-be demonstration need to go further to exercise control over their subjects, and the police would at all times increase its security eyes, make sure that people conform to the dictates of the public order law, and those who fail to, the powers given to us by law will be exercised to make sure that we do not exceed what is expected. And whatever we do, we should look at the security of our dear state. And it was bad. The police have to do arrest, make sure that we arrest those who were involved in violence. We got as many, about 26. And as I speak to you, they were put before court, but unfortunately, there were some technical issues of the day in question. They've been granted bail, and they will definitely surface another time.
Event like arresting somebody, and the next day, because more or less of a political, and you abandon the case.
The police have charted a course true to the law.
So you are going to pursue?
Oh, definitely the police might want to, make sure that justice takes place.
So what piece of advice would you give to
join the service 35 years ago?
And how would you describe, or what would you describe as the ups and downs within these 35 years of service?
Oh, the 35 years have been so interesting. As a young boy who joined the police service, we went through a lot of training, a lot of upgrading ourselves in terms of education, in terms of professional education, among other things, and we rose through the ranks steadily from constable up to deputy commissioner of police, for which on the 20th my career will genuinely come to an end, and we go back as grandparents, to look at what we can do, to assist the very community that raised us.
So what has been the ups and downs within the 35
years?
years?
35 years it's been. So the ups and downs, there might be disappointing times, there might be very interesting times, and for instance, moving from one place to the other in the service also poses its own challenge. Like looking at your children, their schooling, a wife changing from one town to the other, seeking transfers for her as a worker, and you yourself also trying to adjust, into a new community and working successfully poses a challenge. And sometimes you might have been engaged in some personal projects, personal things for the family, and quickly, transfers, may change it. And that is what we are expected of, because in policy, our policy is a national one, and you can't be transferred to any place to serve our dear country. And looking at our commitment also have been very solid, because when you are transferred, you are duty bound to go and serve well and improve upon your services. So if I enjoy it, and another aspect of it is also understanding the cultural practices, various, communities, towns, and areas, and I think they are very interesting. It actually opens one up, to be very accommodative, and also to accept that cultural diversity is a reality in our contemporary times. And working, you add all those pieces, you pick the positive ones, and move on.
Which parts of the country did you serve in the last 25 years?
Okay, I've been in Accra, even in Accra, different parts of Accra, Initially I was Teshi, Nungwa. Then you was at the CID headquarters at Abraka, Accra Central, moved to the central region, Cape Coast in particular. And that was my first time there. From there to Kumasi, which is very cultural in nature, which I appreciated the work over there. And from Kumasi, came back to Accra. That is the National Police Training School, was at the Police College then, which is now Police Academy. And then thereafter posted to the National Police Headquarters. Work for some years, and then moved to Kumasi again. Moved to Kumasi, and then from Kumasi back to Accra. Went to Dodowa, and from Dodowa to Accra back to the presidency for a while, and then move on to operations Accra region. So it's been that. Well, the entire world, not the police, the entire world is talking about wealth creation and so forth, but we should look at the ethical aspect of it. Money cannot be gotten anyhow. One need to work for it, work genuinely, taking into consideration the law and the ethics of society. And I believe that even now, even in some circles where even wealth and so forth are not to be preached or talked about.
Ofori.
Thank you very much.